All right, we all set?
Standing in the good spot.
All right.
Hello.
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 All right. Rob and Claire, here you are. Just a few weeks ago, you had entirely different plans. But as fate would have it, those plans have been traded up for this right here. I'm sure it's been quite the emotional journey to get to this point. And yet, as you stand here, could there be anything more suited to the two of you than getting married like this? For a start, we're on top of a mountain. Not only is this a nod to the mountain on which you very first connected, but it's also the perfect vantage point to look out over Aotearoa, this incredible adventure playground that we call home, that has provided you with so many opportunities to get outdoors, to do the things that you love. And with each new experience that you've shared, come closer and closer together. Then, of course, by seizing this moment and eloping, you are allowing this celebration to be brought back to its roots, to just the two of you. This marriage, after all, its success and its longevity, it hinges on your love, respect, and appreciation for one another above anything else. Today, you're acknowledging just how lucky you are to have found your 1 in 7 billion. And reflecting on everything that you've shared so far, you are committing to making your marriage a continuation of this incredible relationship that you have already created. So yeah, in so many ways, this day is everything that it needs to be. And although that means that your friends and family can't be here with you, that doesn't mean that you don't have their love and support behind you all the way. They're all part of this day, regardless, in the part that they've played in making you who you are as you stand here today. And memories that are yet to be made with them are also important too, as you become husband and wife. Sure, they would have loved to have been here celebrating with you, but they're going to be ecstatic anyway. And you can always look forward to celebrating with them when the time's right. For now, know that they love you both. And they couldn't be prouder to know that you're doing what makes you happy. So before I continue, let us just take a moment to acknowledge your families in particular. Your parents, Diane and Peter, Angela and Charles, and your siblings, Rob's sister, Steph, perfect. Her husband, Ben, and her nephew, William. His brothers, Colin and Mike, as well as Claire's brother, Harry. Now, as I read the following words, picture all of your loved ones near, far, or with you in memory, and know that you have their blessings as you enter this marriage. May your marriage bring you all the exquisite excitements a marriage should bring, and may life grant you all also patience, tolerance, and understanding. May you always need one another, not so much to fill your emptiness as to help you to know your fullness. A mountain needs a valley to be complete. The valley does not make the mountain less, but more. And the valley is more a valley because it has a mountain towering over it. So let it be with you and you. May you need one another, but not out of weakness. May you want one another, but not out of lack. May you entice one another, but not compel one another. May you embrace one another, but not out-encircle one another. May you succeed in all important ways with one another and not fail in the little graces. May you look for things to praise, often say, I love you, and take no notice of small faults. If you have quarrels that push you apart, may both of you hope to have the good sense enough to take the first step back in. May you enter into the mystery, which is the awareness of one another's presence, no more physical than spiritual. Warm and near when you are side by side, and warm and near when you're in separate rooms or even in distant cities. May you have happiness. May you find it making one another happy. May you have love, and may you find it by loving one another. All right, now before we get too serious and say your I do's and your vows, think about the fact that beyond the 18th of August 2018, you were completely unaware of one another's existence. Isn't that crazy? Because as you look at one another now, it's as though you've known each other for your entire lives. There is no one else in the world who makes you feel more comfortable being yourself, and no one that you can imagine sharing the rest of your lives with other than each other.
True.
These past 3 years have been one great big adventure. You've done so much and come so far, and as you look towards your future, it's important that you look back on just how far you've come, to remind yourselves of just how much you've achieved, and to see the extent to which you've changed each other's lives, simply by being yourselves. Because therein lies the reasons why you are side by side here today. So yes, the 18th of August, 2018, a funny and intelligent paramedic went to work at Auckland Hospital and was introduced to a cute and bubbly woman on study placement. Already, from your first impressions, you were clearly drawn to one another, and as the day went on, you only continued to be drawn further in. From the very moment that you spoke, you were both so comfortable. And Claire distinctly recalls that after you left, she spent the rest of the days hoping that you would come back and talk to her. Further testament to just how comfortable you were was the fact that, having barely gotten to know one another, Rob found himself asking you to join him for a ski trip right down here to Queenstown. It was perhaps a little bit too much, a little bit too soon, but you found a happy compromise, and you booked a 4-day trip to Ruapehu under the terms of going together with no expectations. On that trip, despite supposedly going in without expectations, it became increasingly clear your feelings for one another were like nothing you'd ever experienced before. Your time together flew by in a whirlwind of sing-songs in the car, effortless conversation, and making the most of each other's company on the slopes. It's no wonder that after that first trip, your sense for adventure together has been insatiable, and Ruapehu will always hold a special place in your hearts. Essentially, from that trip, you've been hitting it off ever since. It was the first of your many memorable expeditions around New Zealand, and from that point, your two lives have gradually been intertwining. It was within those settings, enjoying the outdoors and escaping the stresses of work, that you were initially able to show one another who you truly are. Rob, this caring, selfless and silly man who would do absolutely anything to make sure that you are safe and happy, and who isn't afraid to do a cheeky catwalk or call you a ridiculous pet name in public to put a smile on your face. And Claire, also incredibly caring and selfless, a positive influence under any situation, and the beauty and brains when it comes to thinking outside the box. She's loving, kind, and although she might give you a hard time for your dad jokes, she can oftentimes match you when it comes to unleashing your silly sides together. Nowadays, of course, you don't have to be away on holiday or hiking in the hills to marvel in each other's company. Together, you've seen one another through studies, survived flatting in the big smoke, escaped to sunny Nelson, where you bought your own home and adopted your beloved fur baby, Freddie. And now, of course, you're stepping up in your careers and you're shifting your lives once again as you begin your next chapter in Christchurch. Through all of that, you've continued to adventure, but just as importantly, you've come to cherish those quiet moments spent at home. For all of your yearning for the outdoors, you love nothing more than also staying at home with Freddie, playing Monopoly Deal, watching a good movie, or sharing conversation over a good bottle of Merlot. Your ability to be happy and excited in each other's company has really never been about what you're doing, because it's about who you're doing it with. It's taken some time, and together you've grown and changed over these past few years, but the result is that you've encouraged one another to be the best possible versions of yourselves. You inspire each other to reach your goals, and through the good days and the bad, you've proven that there is no one who can make you feel as safe, secure, and understood than this person right here. The answer to a long and fulfilling marriage is far from easy, but having only scraped the surface of all that you have done in the past few years, I know that you are equipped with everything that you need to make this a success. So on that note, Rob, do you promise to love, honour and respect Clare as your wife and as your equal, committed to laughing with her, supporting her and standing by her side from this day and from this day forward?
I do. Absolutely.
All right. And Clare, do you promise to love, honour and respect Rob as your husband and as your equal, committed to laughing with him, supporting him and living your best life together from this day forward?
I do.
All right. Well, then with that, I would like you to read your vows to one another. So would either of you prefer to go first? Or am I just going to make Rob do it? All right. And I'm just going to step to the side, okay?
Okay, thank you. Clare. Chicken. I love you so much. I love the way you can turn from a serious smart person to an absolute goofball, just to make me smile. I love how driven and passionate you are, even when things seem impossible. You always remain positive and find a way through. Our life together started with an adventure, and I promise to never stop adventuring with you. I promise to be by your side through all of life's celebrations and hurdles. I promise to love you and trust in your love for me, and to always take care of you, especially when you forget to take care of yourself. I will give you cuddles when you feel lonely, space when you need time to yourself, and food when you start to get grumpy for no obvious reason. Yep. People say that life changes after marriage, but I cannot imagine that anything will change with us, because in my eyes, you've been family from the beginning. Love you.
Oh no.
All right, I'll pass it to you.
Thank you so much.
Take those off you. No worries.
Okay.
Would you like a tissue? I've got one.
Yes,
yeah,
please.
do I just have the one, so you'll have to share?
You go first.
Thank you.
I can hold that for you.
Thanks. Cool. Okay, is it alright?
Yeah, it's good.
On your nose too.
Yeah. Right.
Am I okay?
Yeah.
Rob, you're my best friend. You're also my coach, my therapist, my favourite adventure buddy and companion, my go-to for anything and everything. You're my soulmate, and I cannot wait for you to be my husband. I promise that as your wife, I will work with you to build a marriage that is, as you would say, epic. Life with you has always felt so right. You're so genuine, kind and fun. You make me smile and you make me feel safe. I promise that as we grow old together, I will love you as you deserve and never take our relationship for granted. I know that our future will be one of excitement and love. I promise to be by your side as we explore the unknown, take on new challenges and try new things. When life feels difficult, I promise to be patient and give you support, encouragement and strength. I promise to prioritise our relationship, to be honest and open, and always find time for things we enjoy. You make me so happy, Rob, and I cannot wait to start this new adventure with you.
Love you.
Thank you so much. Much good. Cheers.
All right. Hold each other's hands, keep them warm. Soon I will ask you to exchange wedding rings as a final token of your dedication to one another. But before you do that, allow yourselves to envisage just some of the beautiful possibilities that you have ahead of you. For a start, make sure that you just enjoy being newlyweds. It might take some time getting used to calling each other husband and wife, but there's something pretty cool about that. And then, of course, when the time is right, you are going to celebrate this milestone with all of your loved ones, and it's going to be epic.
Well played.
Then, of course, you've already mastered the ability to make the most of every moment. To not only have dreams toward, but more importantly, to fill the in-between with all of the little things that you love in each and every day. That's endless opportunities for outdoor adventures, for skiing, for biking and hiking. It's countless silly walks, confused wake-ups, and an infinite number of coffees to feed the addiction.
It's needed.
But most of all, it's the rest of your lives to simply wonder in each other's company, to keep making amazing memories with each other, and to count yourself lucky for all the good things that have and will come your way in the decades to come. So with that, please take one another's rings from the little box very carefully. All right,
Mine's
so you're
so
taking the
tiny.
little one,
So
Cool.
tiny.
and you take that one. And did you want to have your engagement ring on, or do you want it?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome. All right. Rob, would you please take Claire's hand and repeat after me? With this ring,
With this ring,
I, Robert William Alexander Clark,
I, Robert William Alexander Clark,
take you, Clare Elizabeth Cadwallader,
take you, Clare Elizabeth Cadwallader,
to be my wife.
to be my wife.
Through the good and the bad,
Through the good and the bad,
we stand as one.
we stand as one.
Well done, mate. You may put the ring on her finger.
Hands are so cold.
Give it a wiggle.
There we go.
Beautiful. All right. Claire, please take Rob's hand and repeat after me.
Okay.
You know which finger you're going for? That's the one. With this ring,
With this ring,
I, Clare Elizabeth Cadwallader,
I, Clare Elizabeth Cadwallader,
take you, Robert William Alexander Clark,
take you, Robert William Alexander Clark,
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
Through the good and the bad,
Through the good and the bad,
we stand as one.
we stand as one.
All right.
All right.
You may do the thing.
That was easy.
All right. Hold each other's hands. Feel those new rings on your fingers. And get ready for a lifetime of adventure. Because it is with great excitement that I may now pronounce you husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Clark. You may seal it with a kiss. Woohoo!
Love you.
I love it so much.
Wifey.
Husband. Oh, you so much red.
Not even kidding.
So much red you look like. He's a clown.
Clown Clark.
Clown Clark. Do I look like a clown too?
Awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you
rocked
so
that.
much.
Bring it in.
Thank
Well
you.
done, mate.
Thank you so
Oh, group hug.
much. Oh.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh,
That was so
thank you.
good.